watching. We are mostly made up tonight of 7th and 10th graders in person tonight. That is because it is 7th grade graduation and confirmation. And so you're going to hear from all of them in one way or another. 7th graders, for the most part, will be leading the prayers. A couple of 10th graders will be speaking, and the 10th graders will get a special blessing and a nice gift. So we are going to go ahead and begin. And let's see, I will start on page 12 with Romamu. We're going to, we're abbreviating the beginning significantly because there's a lot to do. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'nishtachavu lehar kodsho. All right, we turn now to Mizmor LeDavid. It is on page 13. Mizmor LeDavid, Avol Adonai Beni, Avol Adonai Kavod Va'oz, Ay Avol Adonai Kevod Shemo Yishtachavu Adonai ve'Avol Kodesh, Kol Adonai Ahamayim ve'Hakavod Yirim, Adonai Amayim Rabbi, Kol Adonai Va'Koach, Ay Kol Adonai ve'Hadar Adonai Shomer Arazim, Vayshaber Adonai et Arzei Alvanon, Vayarkirem kemo Egel Lebanon Esirion kemo Vedre'eim. Ay Kol Adonai Kotef Lavon Eish, Adonai Yagil Midbar, Yachel Adonai Nibrat Karesh, Adonai Yechol El Ayalot Vayet Beso Ye'arot U'et Kando Kulo Omer Kamo. Ay Adonai Lama Ha'od Yashav Vayishev, Adonai Melech Le'olam, Adonai Od Ve'amon Yiten, Adonai Varech Eto V'Shalom. Hey, ay, nay, 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 all right, we're now going to begin our 7th grade leading. They're going to start with the Chadodi. We call upon Dahlia, Camille, and Leah. You're going to come to the center podium there. We're going to do just the first and last stanzas tonight. Face the entrance, turning to page 18. Boi Mishalot, Teren Bala, Gam Simcha, Ubetzola, Torah, Amsula, Boi Kama, Boi Kama, Zachara Hanuki, Rami Kakala, when we say to any mourners our midst, we may be seated, page 19. Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat, tov levodot le'adonai, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon, le'hakir b'boker hasecha. Continue on our own. Tzadika tamar yifrach, keretz alanon yiseh, shetulim b'veit Adonai b'chasro, Eloheinu yafrihu, odenu b'seva, v'rahmanim yehu lechadi, ki ashar Adonai nuri velo. We're going to go right to page 22, Rise to the Baruch Hu. We call upon Alex, Elliot, and Rachel. may be seated. We call upon Alex, Ari, and Sammy to come up and lead us in Maariv Aramim. Page 23. Baruch
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher borah Maariv Aramim.
Elohai v'kayam tamid
V'kol le'olam vared.
Baruch atah
Adonai Maariv Aramim.
Amen. Yasher Koach. Alex, Avi, and Elliot. Page 24. Consistency of 3 in a row here for you, Alex. Turn to page 25 for the Shema. We call upon Dahlia, Camille, and Leah. Continue silently.
Tiskeru, Vasitem,
Komitzotai, Vitem Kedoshim Lechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher Hotziti Etchem Me'eretz
Mitzrayim, Yalachem Elohim, Ani
Adonai Elohechem, Emet. Adonai Elohechem, Emet. Continue on our own, page 30, stay up there because we're all next for a few days. Page 32. Makutobrat son kulayhem, Moshev Shara Hashem, Shrabi Simcha B'Yamru Kulam. Page 33, Hashivenu. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishon, Hamidenu Malkeinu Lechayim. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishon, All right, 10th grade side, you'll start with me. Ari, Dahlia, Avi, come on up for the Shamru. Please rise.
Oh,
Tekoa. Apparently, Dahl, you're staying up for one more, and Ari, you're staying up there, and Sammy's coming up to join you for Hatsukaj. You want to stay up there too? Yeah. Just stay up there, Ari. Sammy's coming up. Page 35. Yeah.
Ikara Ikara Shameraba. Amen. Kamani Brakute Gamlek Mapute. Letaye Kamiyam Mekam. Upaye Dehobe Israel. Badrala Badrala. Ubisman Kari. Nimeru. Amen. Ganesh Meraba Merora.
Go back toward your seats. We will recite the Amidah to ourselves, pages 37 through 48. 53, we call upon Alex, Avi, Elliot, and Sammy. Amen. Yashikoa. All right, thank you, Yashikoa. Well done, 7th grade. And now we're going to hear from our 10th graders. This was the smallest confirmation class that we've ever had, but it is not the smallest amount to be confirmed, as it was pointed out to me tonight. There's a picture of only 3 people from 2003, second year I was here, but there were 6 kids in the class, but 3 of them supposedly out of principle. I'm not getting confirmed. They probably just didn't want to do the assignment, and we had more assignments back then. But who knows? But it was really a delight to work with Jonas and Zeke and Ezra and Jonah. Really fun, the 4 kids every week, and 0 behavioral issues, never had to tell them to be quiet. Occasionally had to pull them to talk, but they actually had some great discussions, and it was really just a fun year for me to teach them. So you're going to hear from 2 of them representing the class, and I don't know who's going first. Zeke's going first. It's great because, with a name like Abrami, how often do you have to be called first, go first? So tonight, we'll hear from the end of the alphabet by first name first.
I remember when I was in 1st or 2nd grade at Beit Sefer, I asked someone, when do we get out of Hebrew school? 8th grade. 8th grade? I'll be so old by then. I'm a rising junior now. It's been a while, huh? Even though I know it's been a long time, part of me still thinks, when will I get to 8th grade? I guess I just find it interesting how time passes for us. Anyway, in this past decade, I've had a handful of Jewish experiences. Beit Sefer, my bar mitzvah, more Beit Sefer, now as a madrich, confirmation, and a lot more smaller ones. And in that time, I've come to realize a lot of things. Judaism, for me at least, isn't about prayer or belief. It's about asking questions. It's about dissecting the world around you to understand every single bit of it for the sheer reason of why not. That's why I genuinely enjoyed confirmation class. I enjoyed the idea of rabbis having debates spanning generations in the Talmud. I find it really unique that they were able to record all of their thoughts, their opinions, their questions. It's like an internet forum, except almost everyone who commented before you is dead, and the people who will debate you don't even exist yet. I enjoy hearing the Torah's take on many of these things, even if some can be the most messed up and disturbing takes on the issue imaginable. Do you all know what the Torah says about disobedient children? You're supposed to take them to the middle of town and let everyone else stone them to death. Deuteronomy 21:18. Thanks to Rabbi Bloom for that fun and wacky fact. So anyway, maybe the Torah isn't the most perfect book, but that just proves why asking questions is necessary. Question everything. In this case, it might seem self-explanatory, as literally killing your kids isn't known as the best parenting. But it gets a lot harder. In that class, we had debates about a variety of things: marriage, law, punishment, science, belief, the afterlife, etc. For each of these topics, Rabbi Bloom mixed a historically Jewish take with a modern, often conflicting one. And for myself, that was one of the greatest and most Jewish things we could have done. Asking questions is what makes me a proud Jew, and I'm proud to have spent a decade here, asking many questions.
done. Thank you so much. See, Jonah.
Hello everyone and Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Bloom volunteered me to do this speech, so I'm going to give it my best shot. Tonight I'm going to talk about how the community aspect of Judaism is very meaningful to me. I've been at Temple Beth Abraham since I was a 2-year-old in diapers at the Gon, and I never remember a time in my life where I've not been a part of this Jewish community. From Gon to Beit Sefer to Bar Mitzvah to reading Torah at high holiday services and now confirmation. In the confirmation classes Zeke, Jonas, Ezra, and I have been going to, we ate a lot of dominoes and learned a lot about Judaism and our history. Something that stood out to me in both our learning and my lived experience is the strength of the Jewish community. One of the reasons that the Jewish community is so strong is due to historical challenges. Everything from the Spanish Inquisition, blood libels, Israel struggles, and modern-day anti-Semitism has made us rely on each other. But it is not only the hardships that make our community so strong. The traditions also unites us. The joy of our traditions also unites us. Good stuff like Purim carnivals, lighting the candles on Shabbat, and playing dreidel. Celebrations like the 7th graders here graduating from Beit Sefer and celebrating their B'nai Mitzvot this year. I'm proud and thankful to be part of the Jewish community here at TBA. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Jonah. And it's just interesting because in a lot of ways, I mean, these two are, both of their fraternal grandfathers were rabbis. And I knew Jonah's grandfather actually quite well. We were at neighboring congregations in Rhode Island, and they would both be very, very proud of you. And so it's really just wonderful to hear from you, and I can see them, feel them through speaking through you in a way. So thank you so much. All right, we are going to now, Susan, you're going to come up as well, right? We're going to give you some Jewish wisdom. And by that I mean, if we didn't give you the Jewish wisdom in class, we're literally going to give you a book called Jewish Wisdom right now. So, I'm calling you one by one. You're going to stay up here. I forgot, unfortunately, I was going to invite 2 of our members who are in their 80s, who were both confirmed here and are also on the wall, to come present, but I forgot. Very disappointed myself. But thinking of Jerry Hertz and Eve Gordon. Really wonderful. So we're going to welcome, let's see if I can do it alphabetically, starting with Jonah Brahmi. And Jonas Hagen. And Ezra Maidenberg. And Zeke Miller. Yivarech Adonai v'yishmerecha. God bless you and keep you. Adonai v'navelecha v'yivunecha. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisad Adonai v'navelecha v'yisemlecha shalom. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. Amen. And just for a second, as you stay up here, 7th graders, I want you to look at these 10th graders and parents of 7th graders. These are going to be your kids, really, before you know it. It's amazing how much growth there is. And they're all super busy, and they play sports and do all kinds of other activities, and yet found the time to come every Wednesday night for half the year to confirmation. We hope that you all will continue as well, and even if you don't, somehow in 8th or 9th grade, come back for 10th grade, and we'll be happy to have you. And yes, you will eat lots of Domino's pizza. I order, at the beginning of the term, I always also order salad, and I'm the only one eating it, so then stop ordering the salad, and it's just...
Rabbi, it's not very good salad.
I understand it's not very good salad. It's iceberg lettuce. There's a couple of tomatoes in there, some carrot strings, whatever. But anyway, so that will be, hopefully that will be you all in just a few years. And a word to the 7th grade class. It's a really, it's a sweet class, and I won't mention her by name, but fortunately, one of the parents shared an Instagram post of one of the students last week. They were at a party, at one of the bar mitzvah parties, and it said, Hebrew school friends are the best friends, and are the best kind of friends, or something like that. And it was just really cool because it took us, you know, almost all 8 years of Hebrew school, but with the LA trip, you now like each other, you hang out with each other across gender and everything. So it's just really wonderful to see your class coalesce together, and I can't wait to teach you when you're 10th graders, when you can think even deeper, I'll say. Okay, so anyway, thank you. We're going to now. I actually want everyone to go near your parents now. So go ahead and go near them, and we're going to rise for the Kiddush, and then we're going to do a couple of other blessings. And I need some sheets passed out to families. Anybody want to? Okay, yes. Paul and Karen.
Do you have enough for everybody, or do you have to?
A little bit of sharing. And some of the ones on that side have it already.
Okay.
But yes, Susan reminds me, don't skip 8th and 9th grade. Those programs are fantastic too. So hopefully we'll see you then too.
I can chop the liver.
She is not. She's fantastic. All right. First we're going to do the Kiddush on page 55, and then I'll tell you what we're going to do with those sheets. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei uri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haolam asher kachenu mitzvotav ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho v'ahavat ratzon hinkilanu zikaron l'ma'aseh b'reishit ki hu yom tefila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'arta v'yotanu kidashta b'kol ha'amim V'shabbat kodeshecha v'yahavah uratzon yinchat anu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. All right, putting our hands on the heads of your children or anyone else who might feel comfortable enough blessing, we say Yisimcha Elohim Kefrayim v'Ephraim Menashe Yisimcha Elohim Kesara v'Yuchar Rachav Aleach Yivarecha Adonai v'Yishmerecha Yerenai v'Navelecha v'Yinecha Yisad Adonai v'Navelecha Yisem L'cha Shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May God lift the divine face toward you and grant you peace. And tonight there's a parent's prayer on one of the sides of the sheets, and we're going to go ahead and read that together. We give thanks for this day and for the years of growth and learning that have preceded it. As our children step forth to affirm their commitment to the ideals and aims of both of our faith, we recall the words of the Talmud, Brachot 17a. May you live to see your word fulfilled. May your destiny be for worlds still to come. May you trust in generations past and yet to be. May your heart be filled with intuition. May your words be filled with insight. May songs of praise ever be upon your tongue, and your vision be on a straight path before you. May your eyes shine with the light of holy words, and your face reflect the brightness of the heavens. Amen. Remain standing for the Aleinu. Page 57, we're going to invite all the 7th graders to come up for the Aleinu. Turn around real quick. Vana, turn around real quick. Rolim, Umikahim, Umolim, Livnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim,
HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Yodei Shamayim V'Yosef Haaretz, Moshe V'Paro B'Shamayim V'Olam, V'Shinat Yizot, V'Shinat Yizot, V'Gavrei Meromi, V'Shinat Eloheinu, V'Eino, Heaven Malkeinu, V'Tzuato, V'Chatu, V'Torato, V'Tanayo, V'Hashota, El Levadecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, B'Shamayim Nimara, Ve'al Haaretz, Ve'al Haaretz, V'Mitzavat, Ve'Eino, Ve'Eino. Ve'elech Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'ra v'tifer k'zecha, v'ha'avilu min ha'aretz ha'eli v'karetu, v'taken olam, v'malchut Shaddai, v'cholei basar yikru v'shmecha, v'ha'tachelecha, ki lecha tikra kol eretz, v'shavach kol hashot. We may be seated as we lovingly recall our departed relatives and friends whose yortzites we observe during the coming week. We're thinking especially tonight of Minna Bakar, Irving Balto, Aaron and Laura Blau, Robert Ornstein, Henry Brentwood Hensel, Roland Breslov, Alan Brodke, Samuel Bernstein, Irving Sonny Boy Clark, Lena Cohen, Max Davidson, Esther DeVoren, Morris Epstein, Ruth Garfinkel, Abraham Goldenhar, Ann Gould, Eleanor Skip Harris, Sarah Hertz, Meyer Kapler, Stanley Kilman, Aaron Cobell, Joan Kramer, Ruben Kronik, Irene Lazar, Martha Lurch, Ida Marone, Morris Morrison, Whitney Ormsby, Ronnie Rosenberg, Rolf Schlesinger, Abraham Silver, Ruth Seaver, Jack Spritzer, J. Dorothy Stanfield, Cecilia Stone, Philip Weinstein. We're in the Shloshim for David Baum, the brother of Amy Tesler, as well as for Jazz Chittister, the father of Danielle and David Chittister. The memories of all of them with us. We ask all those who are in mourning or observing yortzeit, as well as anyone else who would choose to do so, to rise for the Kaddish at this time. Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 61. Rei Rabbah. V'alma divrach herutei, v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayecho beit Yisrael, v'agalah v'zman kariv v'yibru. Yehei shmei Rama mevorach, v'olam l'omei Maya, Yitbarach v'yishvach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh, v'yitalal shmei kudsha barichu, la'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, v'aliran v'yalma v'yibru. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yibru. Oseh shalom b'imrama, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yibru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May the memory of the people you've come to say Kaddish for be a blessing to you always. Let us say Amen. First, a couple of thank yous. Thank you to Josh Milne for streaming the service tonight and all nights. Ann Rapson for representing the board of directors for greeting. Susan Simon, who I think is not in the room, but is responsible for all these decorations which are up for Shavuot. Because we like the synagogue not quite to look like the synagogue almost looks like a sukkah
with this, with the greenery. It kind of parallels it with the two holidays. Speaking of which, besides our service tomorrow at 9:30, which is a regular Shabbat service, and actually I should count the Omer for the last time, but I'll try to remember to do that after the announcements. So when I forget in a minute, remind me. But then Shavuot begins tomorrow night with our family service at 6:15. It's a very quick service, followed by ice cream sandwiches. And at those services, anyone who went to 9 or more services this year gets a special prize. And then we have a late night study session from 8 to midnight. And we'll start with me teaching on texts that relate to the topic of gun control. It's not a sermon on gun control. We are studying biblical and Talmudic, and in some cases later commentators' texts that relate to the issue. Then there'll be other stuff too. And then we have services at 9:30 a.m. on Sunday and Monday. There are Kiddush lunches those days. And Minyan's not easy to come by on those days, so if you can come, we would love to see or have you. There is a blood drive on Wednesday, June 15th. You go to redcrossblood.org and you enter TVA Oak in the, and probably if you enter TVA Oakland, you'll find it too. I don't know, we'll have to see. No, you won't. You really have to be specific. So watch your email too for more information about that. Next Saturday morning, Eva Katz, who's like practically an adult by now, but pandemic-wise, well, of course, they are an adult in the Jewish tradition, regardless. But anyway, she becomes bat mitzvah that morning. All right. Next weekend, yeah, next Saturday, a week from tomorrow. Tomorrow's service is just a regular service, except that much of it will be led by the Gordon family, as we wish them well on their return journey to Sweden. We had them for something like 15 years, and we'll miss them. All right, now, for a closing song, it's also on your sheets. Oh, counting the Omer. See, I told you I would forget. There's no question I would forget. So we're going to rise for the counting of the Omer. I'm about to tell you, but I also need a separate book for the counting of the Omer, so I get the number right in Hebrew. It is sort of toward the back, I can tell you that. 270, or 200, it's 273. And there are 7 weeks between Pesach and Shavuot tomorrow. We're at the end of the 7th week. You should know what number that is by that hint. If not, we'll be okay. I'll find it here as well.
7 times 7.
Yeah, also we can do it that way too. 7 times 7. 7 weeks.
7 squared.
Love it.
7 to the power of 2.
Thank you, math teacher, Mrs. Lynn. And another math teacher, Ms. Miller, is also here. All right. We're going to skip right to the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshenu mitzvotav v'tzivanu, al sfirat ha'omer. Hayom tisha v'arba'im yom shem shiva shavuot la'omer. Tonight begins the 49th night of the Omer. Tomorrow Shavuot. Okay, now, on the same sheet, on the other side of the Parents' Prayer, is a Debbie Friedman. We can be seated as a Debbie Friedman version of Kaddish D'Rabbanan. So it's not in Hebrew, but Kaddish D'Rabbanan, it has all the stuff that you know from, let's say, the Kaddish Shalem, plus a paragraph about teachers and students. And our preschool director, Rachel Fenves, sort of reintroduced me to this song this year, and we're going to sing that, this Kaddish D'Rabbanan. It's traditionally sung when you complete lessons, when you complete reading of text, and you've completed 10th grade, 7th grade, a lot of lessons. So, that's what we're going to do. Now, when we get to the second part there, which we're going to do, I think, 8 times, we ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say, Amen, Amen. And so there you can try to sing along. You can get it at least by the 8th time. And it's good to clap it. Ask for peace, but it starts quite slowly. teachers and their students and the students of their students. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen. And for those who study Torah here and everywhere, may they be blessed with all they need, and let us say Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. Ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen, Amen. We ask for peace and loving kindness, and let us say Amen. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, Yasher Koach.